welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to fixing Up The Commonwealth and part 2 of the Slog Bar and Grill. Thanks for all your comments in the last video. I'm glad you enjoyed this one. We'll get cracking today and we will get it finished before the end of the year. My goodness, what a build. Okay, here we go. Okay, what have we got? Up we go. You can see those stairs are consuming far too much of the area downstairs, and also why there isn't an outside railing, there's only an inside railing, is kind of weird. But anyway, I guess I've got them in the wrong position. They're supposed to be at a different angle, so they're actually flush against the wall is the answer, really. So asked my own question and answered it. Yes, it's one of those days today, guys. So, yep. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Can I get underneath? No, I can't. Yes, yeah, I can do it that way when I fall over. So you can see, let's address these stairs. And I'm going to go to a mod that I use every now and again. I've used in this build when I first started and done the apartments, and that's the SOE mod. And it has stairs from the USS Constitution, which I think would be much more suitable here. So, what about those that are a bit longer? We need short ones now. We've got short. Oh, that'll work, but they're different type. But don't tell anybody. Okay, that's it. That works. No, it's good. Cool. There we go. Stairs are fixed. This is not aesthetic. It's more practical, so it gives us much more room underneath to work with. And yes, I did look aesthetic up on Google. No, I didn't. That's cool. Okay, so this is where the fun starts, I think. I hope you're looking forward to the festive season now. What I intend to do while I'm thinking about it, and I'll not forget it again, is the name for this particular bar. I've got because of the schedule for Christmas, I'm going to finish the build, but the name for this bar and whoever the winner is, I will post in the Discord channel on the Fallout 4 stream. So if you haven't joined the Discord server yet, please just follow the link down below in the comments, become part of the community, and keep up with all things that are Fallout 76, Fallout 4. We also share all our funny bits and what else do we, gaming news and all kinds of stuff. So if you haven't joined that server yet, please feel free to come in and be part of the Gaming for XP community. Now you can see I'm having the same issue as I had downstairs with these snapping to the foundation, but this one we've learnt a little bit from downstairs, so it should supposedly be a little bit easier. Now we will fix that in a sec. So don't worry that that's sticking out. We actually find a fix for that. So there you go, build order, and then when you think you get the build order right, it's the build order again. So we're going to use these stone pieces up the top, just to give the overall look a little bit of a different vibe. A little bit of wood on the bottom, a little bit of brick on the top, and we will be okay. And this will be a little viewing veranda type thingy bobber up the top. There we go. Click, clickety click. Okay, and that one snapped in perfectly. See that? So I know that these will now snap properly. And we see that. So I'm like, So there you go. You just need to push it across. That's all you need to do. Sometimes just luck. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Persistence. I wish I had $1 for every time I'd said persistence when I've been building in Fallout 4. It's been a lot, but it is, and I think with Fallout 76 it's the same. You just got to relearn what build order is right for that game. So we'll work all these in like that. Maybe put a window in there, a couple of windows out there so you can see what you're doing when you're up here. like that, and then one on the other end, and then we'll fill it in with walls. Pretty easy stuff. Where the difficulty begins is the next part, which is with the roof, which the roof for some reason didn't want to snap in, but it has a lot to do with the fact that I am using different mods and different parts from different mods and DLC and blah blah blah, and it's not always easy. So double story, yeah, and of course, you know, I never ever push the boundaries of what the game's supposed to do. Us builders never do that, do we? He said, winking. Okay, so I'll show you the idea for the roof, and then we'll cut to when we get the roof on, because it does take a bit of finagling, and I actually have to use place anywhere because it will not snap into place. And I try all kinds of stuff to get it to snap, and it just won't cooperate. So I'm going to use these end pieces here. What are they called? Top wall arches. So that should snap in there. It doesn't, but really you only need to get one in, and then you're good. So we're going to have to use place anywhere to get it in, and that sounds simple, but it isn't, because Fallout has some weird angles. So we'll come back in a second once we snap that first part in.
One eternity later.
So after about 2 minutes of faffing around, we actually got a piece in, and it actually doesn't sit perfectly, but you can see I've done all kinds of stuff to get this end to sort of sit where it needs to sit. So yeah, we don't get this perfect, but it's close enough, I think. And everything should snap off of that now. Like I said, you only really need to get one place in. It's starting to get dark as well, of course it is. That shows you how long it took me. Anyway, yeah, it's great to be back building in Fallout 4. I'd forgot how much fun it was. There we go. So, pretty standard stuff once you get that piece to work. So, we'll just pop these in, and then we might have a rest and come back when it's daylight. So you can see it's floating there. Yeah, so we'll have to address that at some point, but not today. Well, we will today, but you're not going to see it, because that needs to really go in there like that. So we're going to persuade it into place by the looks of it. Yep. Or budget up, as we say in Australia. There we go, like that. See, it's still not right. I don't understand why, but anyway, let's move on. Hopefully it's the building inspector's day off today and he doesn't notice anything. So here we go, we're back at daylight hours. Lovely early morning. The neighbours are hating me because I'm making noise early in the morning, but anyway, we're all good. So I think what I'm doing here, yeah, I'm looking for a window, I think, to put in there, because it just doesn't look right. So we'll take that out, put that in it. That certainly looks, so you can see there's two doors above, there's one window in the middle above the door, and then below there's two windows. So it all kind of works as far as symmetry goes. So I'm just wondering what we're going to do next. So it's probably thinking time, so we'll probably need some thinking music, but I would say I'm going to put all the railings on and just see how it looks. I thought about doing that, yeah, and I decided very quickly not to do that. But we're going to put these in, and I don't think I get the size right to start with. I think they're a little bit too short. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was a different build I'm thinking of. Here we go. That goes in there. So that goes in there. Beautiful. Too easy. Look at that. And we'll put some railings in just to finish off the look. And then we'll put a roof in upstairs. So I'm using Master Plan's barn tab. Sorry, Master Plan, and it's a vanilla extensions mod, and then go to the barn tab, and I use these you would have seen these being used quite a bit. Now they can be a little bit finicky. I don't know why. Sometimes they'll snap, sometimes they don't. Sometimes if you get the angle right, anyway. There we go, like that. Just persuade them in. And that certainly, to me, that adds something to the look of the place. See, this is not going to snap there. It's not going to snap anywhere, to be honest, is it really? And that's not straight. Don't you love those Fallout 4 angles? There we go. That's better. Didn't see a thing. Like the roof, never seen a thing. Okay, so we'll just use this little standard rails on each end, just to vary it up a little bit. You're not really going to see these as such. And of course, the last one I've got to put in doesn't want to go in there. I would have thought I left a gap on the boundary so I didn't have that issue, but obviously it wasn't enough. Okay, starting to look somewhat semi-reasonable, I think. And now what I want to do is I want to put this kind of, not that one, but probably that one on the end there, up the top, slightly slanted roof, just to give it a little bit of a different look. Yeah, it takes a while to get this to stick on for some reason. And I think I will probably leave it in, because I'm sure you will come up against this kind of problem in your own build. So basically you're going to need to find something for it to snap onto. Now I may or may not have, I'm not sure if I did, switch off the collision here or switch off the snapping. Something is not right when I'm doing this, so we'll hop onto the roof here, and I'm trying to scratch my head and say what the heck is going on here. Honestly, it should just snap to that wall perfectly. So I'll try a whole lot of stuff. What I'm trying to do here is get a floor to snap to it, and if I can get something like a floor to snap to it, then I'll be able to snap things off of it. So this is what I'd encourage you to do. Just, you know, be trying a whole lot of things to get it to snap. Now if it won't snap on the inside, try and snap a floor on, sorry, if it won't snap on the outside, try and snap a floor on the inside and see if that will work. The other way of doing it is what I'm doing now, of course, and use place anywhere and cheat. But whatever works for you. Yeah, that's probably got a lot to do with my patience more than anything. See, it'll snap onto it. It should snap. Come on, come on, come on. Be nice. Be. Okay, so what are we going to do? We can try this. So we got to reposition that slightly. So I'm thinking, that didn't work. Can I snap anything onto here which will allow me to snap through the wall? So this is something you can do, as long as you can find somewhere to put it down. Try and angle it and try and get the angles right. So take your time with this. Snap it on the inside, and then it should, in theory, snap on the outside. Let's see. There you go. See? Works. Perfect. And then everything will snap off of that. Now, I don't get it perfect straight away, so I have to do a little bit of finagling, but that's the solution if you're struggling with something like that. It needed a bit of finessing, but you can see it's much tighter to the wall now. And that kind of, for me, that works perfectly. You get rid of that floor now. So that's a way of doing it. There you go. We'll put some posts in, and then we should be good. To just make it look supported. I think this is where I get the posts that are too, yeah, look, they're too short. They're too short, by the way. Look, they're not touching the floor. Yeah, yeah. Look, oh, okay, that's a bit too short. Okay, I better fix that. And I think this one is one of those ones where you end up with posts that, see that, is, yeah, that's too long. The other one's too short, so I've got nothing in between. What I end up doing though is I go, okay, if I put the railings on, you're actually not going to see it. So it's like, So like I said, this build did fight me a bit, and yeah, I just bodged it. Why not? There you go, that'll do it. they're all too short, see? I don't know why that won't snap to the end there. There you go. Just got to change the angle a bit. Okay, so I'm scratching my head trying to figure out, and eventually what I do is I just put these railings in and they fix the problem because you actually won't see it. So here's the railings that we go with. See, as soon as you snap that in, I can see as soon as I snap that in, it actually hides the fact that those are floating. So there's another wee tip for you. Sometimes with these railings, you see how that's in the wrong spot, you'd have to put it down and then flick it across like that. And that last one went green, you saw it, but it just doesn't want to cooperate, does it? Oh, hey, see, oh, come on, go green. Oh, there it was. Isn't it frustrating? So it's all right. As long as we can put it down, we can just do that with it. And there we go, it's in place now. Let's have a look what it looks like. I do like that style of veranda and look for this build. I do like it a lot with that slope troop. It makes a huge difference. That one doesn't want to go anywhere in it either. So we might go back to the standard ones that we get with the game and just drop them in like we did downstairs. We have to come, there we go. See, that snaps straight in, which is good. The other one, obviously we're too close to the boundary. There we go. Excuse me. And we're good. So, what's left to do? Not much actually. We need to fill in those bits at the bottom, but I do like that. That does lead your eye straight forward to the building going, I wonder what that is. Let's go and investigate. And it does give actually a good viewpoint that you could snipe all those guys down at the down the road there. So yeah, all good. To fill in the bottom area is pretty simple. At least I just keep it fairly simple. I just drop these in there. Now these will snap. They will snap to that piece of wood. It takes a bit of convincing, but we do get it to snap at some point. I think the other side snaps straight away, but there is a bit of a height difference with the ground. See, there it goes. So I know it will snap to that, like that. And then we just fill in that bottom gap there fairly easily. It shouldn't be too hard. Put one in there like that. Put some rubbish in front of it and it should be good. So I try a whole lot of things here, you know, fences and all kinds of stuff. And I end up going with this. So I try that one. It's a bit too long. That's too short. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And we'll find one that's just right in a minute. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's not quite working for me. What else can we find? So scroll along, start to go, okay, that could work. And I think I spot something else anyway. So here's at least I'm showing you a heap of ideas that you could use, because these are the ones that I end up using, and it kind of, they fit perfectly. They're the right length. And yeah, so I decided to get rid of that breeze block wall and drop it in there, just as kind of something a little bit different to vary things up. There we go. And then we'll put that one on the other end to block up that big part. And then, you know, it's a case of layering the junk as you like, just to, you know, make it look as though it's been kind of desolate or left, and the guys have come in and taken over the bar and made it vibrant again. And that's always what I try and go for with my builds. I try and make it look as though it would have been there in the past, and now it's been reutilized. So we're going to put one of those big fences just to block up that hole there, and then we will move to the final tour. So just as we're doing this, I'll just remind you again, I'm looking for suggestions for this bar for the slog. Please leave your comments down below. I would really appreciate it, and we will put up the final name and a photo of the bar on Discord so that you can see who has the winning name for the barn. I'll make a little sign or something. I'm not sure quite how I'll do it, but we'll figure it out. And it's tour time. So I done a little bit of decoration here, just so you can get your head round the way the bar is going to look. You notice that I haven't put doors upstairs, and I think that's probably the right move. Put a very plain door downstairs. You can see 5 cap beers, happy hour, 5 to 7 o'clock nightly. So if you want to come in and have a beer at the pub, you can. And you can see I've kept it fairly standard. And we'll give you a nice little look around. But I wanted it to have a nice little kind of homely feel. It's still a little bit dark, so we'll put the light on. That counter there, yeah, it wouldn't quite match up for me, but we'll just ignore that for now. If we have any trouble, he has his guns and his weapons there to get rid of anybody that wasn't behaving. Have a game of darts if you like. It'll be a little bit of a deposit behind the barn. You'll get your darts and you can have a bit of a game, guys. You know, if you want to gamble for caps as well, it's also something to do. And I decided upstairs, I had a few ideas for upstairs, but I decided to make upstairs just a games room, just a chill out zone. And again, once we finish the settlement, I'll make this a little bit more, I'll do a little bit more decoration up here. So there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this 2-part build. I hope you are going to enjoy the festive season. We will be back in the new year with the continuation of fixing up the Commonwealth and the Slog. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll catch you next time on Gaming for XP. See ya.